Quick heads up, this video is different from my usual shtick. Reason being is because I'm trying to expand my content. With that being said, enjoy the video.
What we do here is go back.
I bet you don't know him properly. People can have sides to them. That's something you learn as you go in life.
So a couple of hours ago on Twitter, November 28th, our Commissioner Kunoli was recently exposed by a dude named 1HC. Now how did this even happen in the first place? Well, all due to miscommunications. Now if you're wondering why I'm even talking about this, it's to clear the air from both sides and give full context to the actual story. Many people in the comments didn't even watch the entire thing. This whole page document right here, it only goes up to 26 minutes, showing that most people probably did not even watch the full 42 minutes. And as nobody has the time to watch the entire thing, I watched it for you. And a quick heads up, this video is completely unbiased and I'm not taking anyone's side. I'm just going to read the DMs, show what could have gone better, and debunk some of the accusations that were made in the comments.
Exposed.
I'm just gonna sum up the messages because they honestly go on forever, but if you want to see all the DMs between Kunoli and 1HC, I'll link the full stream in the description, of course. 1HC just wanted to buy a banner from Kunoli and bought his service away with PayPal, and Kunoli finished the banner, but it wasn't up to his standards, so he asked for him to put his thumbnails into his banner. Kunoli said no problem, and led him on to believe that he would finish the product. Kunoli then says that I'm trying to do it, but the size of the thumbnails isn't fitting well for some reason, still implying that he's trying to get the product done. Months pass, and we arrive in November, where 1HC is tired of waiting, and since he never did what he asked, he demands a refund. Kunoli then says, I would, but I can't, since I don't own the PayPal account. My aunt does. I can do an IOU and draw you some things for free, but I can't refund it. Sorry. Sad face. Well, crap. If it's owned by your aunt, then how are you using it? Refund the money or might have to start PayPal dispute. There's two things. I use my aunt's as I don't have one for myself, as well as I already draw what you asked for, and I don't do refunds since I already sent you the final product, and told you that I cannot put the thumbnails for the videos on it as it's too big for the actual banner. Could've just taken the free drawings, man. Perfect opportunity to say, sure, could you draw these thumbnails, please? But here's the thing.
This is where it all goes wrong.
Kunoli never completed his request of actually adding his thumbnails to the banner, and claims he said he was already finished, and that he can't refund the money. Kunoli led him on to believe that he would add the thumbnails, by asking for them and saying that he's trying. But this is where we fall down deep into a rabbit hole of what the heck.
It's your fault that you handed you the money.
If someone gives you money for you to do a specific task and you don't follow up on it, you pretty much just scammed. Kunoli's claim on him handing the money being his fault is basically saying, yeah, it's kinda a you problem that you paid me. You should have known that I was unreliable.
You had no clear instructions.
Saying he had no clear instructions was also invalid. He wanted his thumbnails on his banner. If you wanted him to elaborate, Kunoli, you could have asked him instead of making an excuse.
You had late replies.
Kunoli's only valid claim on 1HC is his late replies. If you want a banner to be completed, you have to keep checking up on the person making it or have a set date or time for it to be due. You're putting him in control by waiting for him to message you, but you're the client. You should be in control of when the art comes in. One of 1HC's biggest mistakes was assuming Kunoli has been dislike botting his videos and streams.
The bot attack has happened. The bot attack has happened. This guy, he's sending people to my stream just to dislike it already. Okay.
There's no proof of Kunoli disliking the videos out of spite. Dislike botting is now kind of a common thing on streaming. This also makes it an easy target to discredit whatever he was saying in the video.
The bot attack has started. The bot attack has started, guys. There is a TOS I have where you pay after each sketch is done and you decided to pay before. How can I pay you? $15, right? What's your PayPal? And then I'll send the money sometime today already. He doesn't say you can pay me after.
This issue goes both ways. Kunoli should have shown the terms of service before he made a purchase instead of allowing him to pay straight away. 1HC should have waited before paying and instead paid gradually. If you pay straight away, they have no incentive to work on the art. If you don't pay them and wait for the artists have the risk of being scammed. The best way to do it is to pay gradually and have a set time date. That way when the art is completed, no time is wasted, and you have a good schedule. For example, Kunoli would show a sample of what he has so far, and 1HC pays $5 out of the 15. Kunoli then progresses further and shows what he has. Hey, mind adding some thumbnails to my banner? Oh sure, no problem. Another $5 is paid out of the 15. Kunoli now sends the final banner, and you send the last 5. Now you have your product right on schedule.
I asked for a drawing, so I'm saying it correct. With my thumbnails characters, you couldn't do it. That's what I want. You can't do it. So, because of size, and I told you and said it's done.
Kunoli never clarified that he was actually done with the drawing. He said that he was trying, but didn't actually say that he was finished. 1HC asked for thumbnails, and he said he would. Kunoli should have had better clarification.
You gave me an excuse about it. It's my aunt, but if you're like 10 and you can't have a PayPal, then why are you even doing this? Oh my god, I'm not putting the thumbnails on. That's why I paid you. Oh my god, I'm 13 first of all. Second, I'm allowed to have one, but my mom says to use my aunt's. I'm pretty sure even at 13 you can't get a PayPal.
They obviously gave you one.
13, sorry, you sound 12 or 11.
You're one to talk.
I'm trying to end this, okay?
Should have just ended at the PayPal dispute.
It's all in PayPal's hands. Fighting won't be doing anything. If you want to shame me for how I look, and wait, no, let me do a better voice. If you want to shame me for how I look, and what my voice is, I don't want your business, and you don't want my business, fine by me. There's no reason for you to start a dispute over being in the right at all the times here. You paid, I finished drawing, and I did multiple revisions when I usually only did 3.
You claim that Kunoli's being unprofessional, which is up for discussion, but doing a poor invitation of his voice doesn't look good for your case.
Bro, you decided to buy from me. Your characters is the word 1HC and the blue swirls. You have no characters, and you didn't bring them up at first. You bring them up after I finished. I told you I couldn't, and you would have to do it. What an entitled, he's just an entitled, like, oh my god.
Yeah, sounds pretty entitled, but reading it that way isn't any less entitled either.
Okay, by the way guys, let's beat the spot attack. Like the video if you haven't already. Get your second accounts, get your brother, get your mom. Just like the video. Let's beat the bots. Let's beat his 8-year-old fan base.
How old are you again?
You paid me before, meaning I didn't even have to finish it, as you already paid me for the work.
Like I said, no incentive to work.
You're so childish. Come on. I paid you for a reason. You paid me. I drew it. End of conversation. I'm in the right here. That's what you had me to do. I paid for with the characters and you couldn't. You paid me for me to draw it. So I asked for a refund, not with the characters. Yeah, I said yeah by accident. You bring up characters after, bro, you just agreed with what I said. You do realize you got caught up with your own line. No, my Wi-Fi's bugging out. And I say, sorry, I'm not trying to start a fight, because I don't want this. Ironic, but if you want an exposing video, you'll get one. So then, look, he's asking for the exposing video, and I wasn't actually gonna do it until he started doing something.
Yeah, he never specified what that something was, but it's probably because of this tweet Kunoli made. I'm not 100% sure it's directed at 1HC, but I'll call it a hunch.
Imagine asking for an exposing video. What? This guy, oh my god, he's asking for it. You're so sad. I don't want drama. I'm not hungry for that. I don't know if I want to do, because I'm not wrong, because that's not what my channels are about. Bro, you want attention with this. November 6th, I said I was starting to consider it, but I didn't want to. I'm not part of this. It's when he started disliking my stuff.
Again, there's no proof of him actually doing this, and you can't just assume he did.
Okay, and then this is what I say. Okay, I know you're like 10.
You know why I put you over?
Age.
I'm only making a video because he's sending people to go and dislike my stuff.
Which is it? Is he sending bots or is he sending people? Although to be fair, this tweet isn't in his favor, as he calls him out and then says, don't send hate. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone is gonna follow that rule.
Now, he figures out that he doesn't have a TOS. Like up there, he said, up, like up, you'll see previous in the stream. He says something about having a TOS, and now he realizes he doesn't have one, so he goes to write it. Blah, 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 blah. This is just useless, okay?
Well, it's not useless. It's the most important part, as those terms state the refund policy. No refunds allowed unless I'm unable to deliver the finalized artwork. In this case, you may only receive a 50% refund. If you read that, you would have known that you could have negotiated for at least 50% refundable offer. But Kunoli never sent that to him, so you would have never known about it in the first place. Kunoli, you have your commissions priced on your pinned. You could at least put the terms in the replies or have an attachment document.
For people like you that try to scheme, okay, and manipulate to get free refund after I made you, that's ironic.
If we're gonna play by your own rules, at least follow them yourself. You should have offered 50% cash back.
If I was trying to manipulate, then why am I not using your banner? Also, when I purchased, you said nothing about TOS, see? When you purchased, you automatically agreed to the TOS.
That's the equivalency of doing this. Hey teacher, can I go to the bathroom? Go ahead, Joel.
A few moments later.
Hey, I'm back. Great! Now you owe me your soul. What? The terms of going to the bathroom clearly state that if you go to the bathroom, you hand me over everything. But you didn't show me before I went in. Oh yeah, my bad. Your soul's mine now, Joe.
What? PayPal got screenshots of everything. And of course they gave me the refund. Okay, I still have the money though, so they paid you back. You don't even affect me, Lamau. You're so sad. What does that first message even mean? I can't read 7-year-olds.
This isn't like the fourth time you insulted his age. I bet you aren't any older, to be honest.
Sir, can you please stop? Also, yeah, sorry. Forgot you were a horrible customer. My bad. No, you. I was saying, like, he's a horrible person. Anyways.
Yeah, now that's over and done with. Let's go over some of the comments people had to say about this stream. Looking at all these comments, majority was in favor of Kunoli, saying that he was the one on the right. But like I stated from the beginning, the longest comment only used up to 26 minutes. Most people likely did not watch the entire stream, which is reasonable as it's long and there's no editing of the sort, so it can come barbatingly boring. What's unreasonable is finding in favor of someone without full context. Now this comment is stupidly long, and if you're gonna go out of your way to comment a document on a stream, at least go the full mile and watch the entire thing. And if you did and you didn't comment about it, then there's almost no point, as you left a big chunk out of the stream. I'm only gonna go over a few of the person's claims, as many are just repeats and honestly not relevant. 7th complaint. No rush, by the way, you say. It's October 2nd and he still hasn't finished it. That sounds like there was a rush. If you needed it done by a certain time, you need to specify that before the payment. That's being professional at least. This comment I 100% agree with. Always have a set time date in mind whenever you purchase anything. Also, back to one point, your commission is not his only priority. He's clearly in school, and there you are complaining that he's still not working on it. Logic? Who's she? Yeah, but it's still a priority. You're basically saying his business has less value than his social life. There should be a balance, or have a sign saying when he's not working on art. And second, Logic is obviously a dude. 4th complaint. Would have mentioned this sooner. You didn't block his email? Maybe it's not even his, but it's aunt's. It's so disrespectful of you to expose stuff like that in email or something alike. Well, obviously, if he gives his aunt's PayPal to anyone he works with, might as well be public, because anyone can just DM him and get his PayPal email saying they're gonna pay. I'd also like to mention, you didn't put a warning to not harass him. Do you expect people to not harass him? Or do you want to be a good person and make sure he doesn't get the harassment he doesn't deserve? This I agree with. He should have had a warning at the beginning of the stream saying, don't go out and harass this person. By the way, might as well just say, don't go harass any of these dudes. Alright? In his bio, it says he doesn't do refunds. So, you should have known that he doesn't. Can't blame anyone but yourself for that one, Chief. Fun fact, later in this comment, he also states that Kunoli's terms of service are also on his Twitter bio. They are not. They're nowhere to be seen. Those are just the ones that stuck out the most. The other comments are topics I already covered, or again, not relevant. Next comment. FYI, I know Kunoli. Way longer than you have, in fact. I'm gonna list a couple things real quick. 1. I know this man. He's nice to me and everyone he meets. If you had a bad interaction, maybe he was stressed out or something along those lines. Just because someone is a nice guy and they get stressed out, doesn't mean they shouldn't be called out for the wrong thing they did. 2. You make fun of his grammar and spelling even though I can point out the same amount of mistakes on your end. You literally spelled character as character multiple times. Honestly, that's true, but it doesn't matter or relate to anyone's argument. So what if he said he had bad grammar and then makes his own grammatical mistake? This isn't a spelling bee. This has nothing to do with the actual argument. This is just 1HC pointing out something stupid. 3. He most likely had many commissions at the time, so that could be a reason why he wasn't getting back that fast to you. I personally disagree. Always be on top of someone when they do a job for you. You can't just wait around wondering when they will come back. 4. You handled this situation very immaturely. When I watch an exposed video, I would want to see why someone got exposed. Not a 40-minute video on someone saying, this man, oh my gosh, or dude, your spelling is so bad. I agree, the stream shouldn't have been as long as it was. It should have been a consistent video explaining what happened, but you don't have to do it anymore. I got it. Next comment. Okay, so I get that you're mad and everything didn't go as you expected, but the way you handled this entire situation was nothing more than petty. True, the way he came across with his tone in the video did seem petty. You even stated in the video that you wanted your channel to look professional when you were doing the exact opposite by making this video. Honestly, it should have just stopped at the PayPal dispute. Both the 1HC and Kunoli stirred the pot with their tweets. Not sure if you get this, but when someone sends you a piece of art and you say, that looks amazing, then that's telling them to keep going in the same style and finish the piece in the same way. If you want a revision on an aspect of the piece, then you say that before it's finished. You already saw the sketch and let him finish it anyway, so you have no right to complain when it's already done. Well, he did. You could argue he should have had it in mind from before, but Kunoli says he gives at least 3 revisions, and gave 1HC multiple, which is a flat out lie, as the only revision as DMs go is this one. I really don't think that this video helps anybody, and is basically just showing yourself at fault to more and more people. Well, I wouldn't really say 1HC is the only one at fault here. Before you commission another artist, make sure to tell them details as they are drawing, not after. Next comment. I'm really disappointed, because I liked your content before this. Kunoli is in the right here. He doesn't have permission to draw OCs, and as Strobe said, you should have let him know in advance that you want it a different way. Kunoli not having permission to draw OCs is just a crappy excuse. 1HC requested these thumbnails on his banner, and Kunoli never stated a single thing about not being able to draw them, and neither does it state in the copyright section of his terms. Kunoli even said himself, I never sent any bots or people to dislike any of your videos, and it's not your art, it's other people's. Do you have their consent to do it? If that's his only defense, it's a pretty weak one. And those are all the comments that I thought were reasonable to show in this video. The rest were either just the same claims, or topics again I already covered. My favorite comment would have to be Turtles. As he states, I'm not taking sides here, but you both could have handled this better. Which I totally agree with. This thing was all due to miscommunications. It could have gone a different way, but due to the way it did play out, I hereby vibe check both of you.